Stop Scrolling, part 4 on how I can help you make money with Pokemon cards. Again, whether you have any sort of background info on Pokemon or not, this series will help you understand certain cards to be on the lookout for to easily turn a profit. Today, we're looking at 151. A set that's just gone absolutely insane over the last few months. Came out in September of 23. Over the last 4 or 5 months, it's just been insane. So this is, I'm only 4 in, but this is definitely the hardest video I've done so far in this series, just because everything is so expensive. And every single card in this set has been graded a million times. So what that means is the lower $10, $8 cards that we have been showing in our previous videos, in a 10, they're like 50, 60 bucks. So not really worth it. So in a set like this, it does pay to look at top chases, like the Charizard SIR, 190 to 210 raw, 650 in a 10. The Blastoise, anywhere from 65 to 75, going for 268 in a 10. Again, these do take a bit more up front, but there is still money to be made there. Venusaur, very similar to Blastoise. But then we start looking at the ARs, which is what we've been focused on throughout this series, right? Unfortunately, the ARs in this set that are worth going after are already quite expensive raw. So you have the $48 Charmander, $40 to $43 Squirtle. But again, there is still money to be made, but it just takes a little bit more money to get there with this set, right? So 35 to 40 for Bulbasaur AR, looking at 180 in a 10. So you're not going to have the craziest returns in this, and like a lot of these cards, again, they've just been overgraded, or like Charmeleon, Ivysaur, Wartortle, those middle evolutions don't typically do as well as the base or the fully evolved. Dragonair, again, not a play that's worth making there. 25 raw, 100 in a 10. Ivysaur, 25 to 160. That's probably worth looking into. Psyduck here is a decent card, only 14 to 18 depending on where you get it. 125 in a 10. Poliwhirl is okay, not great. 14 to 17, looking at a $90 10. So again, this set, as a lot of you have seen, if you're buying packs of this, they're $10 to $12 a pack. It just takes a bit more investment. But again, we'll look at this Machoke here, kind of show you what I mean by these lower, $10, $11 cards only going for 70 and a 10. And if you go even further down, Mr. Mime is like a $7 card going for 50 and a 10, things like that. So again, this set, I'm not going to do any of my crazy math where you're going to make X dollars, just because it does require so much more investment on this set. But it, again, does not mean you can't make money. It just means you have to have money to do it. So maybe you start with Scarlet Violet base, build up your bank, and then you go look at some 151. I will show some receipts on that Charizard, though, here in a sec, so stay tuned. All right, so here we go, looking at some receipts. We're taking a look at that Charizard SIR. Again, the only concern with this card is the high cost of entry for getting it raw, 200 bucks. But look at all these sales, 668, 660, 708, 650, 600, 685, 660, 600, and all of those are since Christmas. This is a card that sells a lot, sells really well in a 10. In a 9, you will get most of your money back, so there's less risk here for 9s, but still, it requires a good amount of investment. But again, guys, Stone Mill Hobby, thanks so much. Till next time, peace.